Hello and welcome to RUSTSWEATANDADO'S. In today's episode, we're going to look at my 1999 Ford Mondeo ST200 Estate. We're going to have a quick look around the car just to see what we can see that's obviously wrong with it. And then we're going to have a look underneath to see what's actually wrong with it. And then we're going to make a decision on what I want to do with the car. I did buy it initially just to take the interior and put it into my estate, my silver estate, but I'm not sure what I actually want to do with it now, so I want to make sure that it's not a good car and it's not in a condition where I can restore it. So without further ado, I will flip the camera and we'll take a walk around. So first off, we have the one item that makes it an ST200 is the 196 brake horsepower V6 24 valve engine. Eventually this engine was tuned up to go into the touring cars, which is the reason they made this car, was to build the touring car season. And also it's turbocharged to go into the Noble M12, so it's a highly tunable engine. It's a little bit on the lazy side and it's not particularly powerful, but it makes this car go pretty quickly. Inside is obviously the reason I bought it. It's got the ST200 black Recaro leather seats, which they're not in perfect condition, but for what I'm going to use my silver car for, they're brilliant because they'll take a bit of abuse and a bit of wear. It's also got rear electric windows, which we're hoping to transfer across into the silver car, along with a few other bits and pieces. I'm not sure I want to take this dashboard trim across. It's a bit tacky in my opinion, but it is an ST200 genuine item, so I might do. Steering wheel will come across as well because it's perforated leather. They only fitted that in the 200. We're going to try and get the computer working in the my Mondeo, but I think we'll only ever get the clock working. We've obviously also got a better stereo in this than my silver one, so we'll move that over. Don't think we can move the climate control over, but we can have a go to see what is actually required to move the climate control over. I've heard it being done, but I don't think it's something I want to do, but we'll have a look at it before we scrap it. Obviously it's got a rear electric windows, rear speakers, which mine hasn't got. Back seats not in great condition. It's quite mouldy and a little bit stained, but I think it'll clean up quite nicely. Been used as a van, I think, at some point. As you can see here, it's absolutely filthy, so we'll get it off, give it some leather cleaner and hope it cleans up. I also want the carpet out of this car because I spilled quite a lot of power steering fluid all over mine, and it makes it rather slippy, as well as absolutely stinks. Round the back end we've got a very rare low bed liner. This is a genuine Ford item, so these are hard to come by, so that will go in my car. So if we just pull that out carefully, I doubt I'll be able to get another one. Underneath we've got a carpet which is not in bad condition, so we'll pull that out. I'll keep that as a spare just in case I get oil on mine. At some point this car had an amp, so I guess it had speakers at some point. There was actually a power thing there, so my guess is there was a sub in the boot of this at some point. Boot floors, not too bad. We have got signs of rot here. There you go. So my finger's just gone straight through the boot floor, and now that's pointing out underneath, which is obviously a telltale sign that this car is potentially too rotten to entertain restoring. Good back lights, I'll keep those as a spare. Also, it's got an incredibly rare back bumper. The ST200 bumper is incredibly hard to get hold of. I've actually had more people wanting to buy that than I have wanted to buy the car. But that's, again, one of the things I want to put on my car. We'll be keeping the ST200 badges because they will go on the turbo diesel, but we'll put the TD below it just to confuse people. I'll end up selling this spoiler because it's not something that I need. And I'm also going to end up selling the wheels, I think, although I'll keep them for a little bit, just until I decide what to do with them, because I do prefer my wheels over these. So what we may have to do is buy another Mondeo to put my wheels onto. As you can see, wheel arch is rotten, and it's gone in the upper arch up here as well quite badly. I can feel it crunching. Apart from the passenger side being locked. So passenger side again, Seats in much better condition. This one's actually quite nice. A little bit wobbly, but not too bad. Seat belts are pretty good. It's got an airbag in the side, so we do need to be careful when we swap that over that we don't plug that in, because I really don't want that going off at any point. And there's a massive dent in this wing, which is a bit of a shame because this wing is actually pretty rust free. And then again, the front bumper's fairly rare, although it is an ST24 item. So that's a walk around the outside, and what we'll do now is we'll get it up in the air, strip the interior out and take another look.
Holding on to what I know, to everything I've learned, what is real and fabricated. What is wrong? What is my problem? How can I get out of this world that I created? Fighting the storms in my head, don't know where I have been. I'm alone, no one to turn to, no one understands, this shit's too complicated. Away, and I feel like I am someone else. Away, and I feel like I don't know myself, no. Away, and I feel like I don't know my name. And I don't want to live this way. I don't wanna keep on wasting a life. I'm drowning in my head, I'm losing my mind. And if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
Unknown Brain, Marvin Divine, and we back. Can't nobody tell me nothing. Made it through the rain, I turn nothing into something. No more dealing with their assumptions, cause I do what I gotta do and I know, can't nobody do it like me. All they do is judge me for who I might be. Maybe if they took some time to pick my mind, they see that I'm cooler than lemons and iced tea. All I wanna do is live it up with the homies. Everybody really talking as if they know me, but I guess I gotta face it. I'm so tired of being faceless.
I don't wanna keep on wasting a life. I'm drowning in my head, I'm losing my mind. And if you could know, yeah, if I could show you, I don't wanna keep on living this life so faceless.
So as you saw in the end of that footage, we've taken the front seats out. So as you saw in the end of that footage, we've taken the front seats out. We're going to take the back ones out too, but they're a little bit more tricky to get out. Plus I'm also wondering if these are actually ST200 seats. Judging by the holes in the roof, I think this used to be a police car. So I'm wondering if these back seats aren't just gear leather seats. So I ask in the comments below if you could let me know whether these are ST200 seats or not. They're going to go in my car, but I think they're gear seats, if I'm honest. So I've had a lot of people ask me why I'm breaking this ST200. And this is the reason why. So that's the front floor pan. As you can see, it's fairly missing and there's not a lot left of it. Now if we go round the other side, past all the rubbish on the floor, that's actually the jacking point that's fallen on the floor. Round the other side. So as you can see, similar story this side, only not quite as bad, but the carpets are absolutely sodden. So I suspect it's leaking somewhere, which is ruining the floors. Rear wheel arches are fairly non-existent. We've obviously got that hole in the boot floor as you saw earlier. this side is even more shocking. So whoever filled this with wire wool really needs to step away from cars, because that's not how you repair a wheel arch. Underneath you can see that big hole now, which is going straight inside, and also the state of the sills, they're so crusty they'd have to be replaced all the way front to back. If we shuffle down the back end, as you can see, it's missing quite a lot of the sill, and also that's the inner sill that's gone in there. So although this car is repairable, I genuinely don't think it's worth it. Plus I want the parts out of it, as I mentioned earlier. So with that being said, unfortunately it means it's the end of the road for this ST200, but the parts will live on in other ST200s and also onto my car. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I apologise for it being a bit shaky. My intention is to get a gimbal fairly soon, which should hopefully stabilise my images a lot more. I have quite shaky hands anyway, which really doesn't help for video quality, so I do thank you for sticking with it. And I will catch you next time. Please make sure you like and subscribe. More content coming over Christmas, and we will eventually get on with the Light Robbing project. Thank you and goodbye.